Ostentação, palavra que eu gosto de ouvir.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Awkward Situations Struggle Bus Edition. I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird or if it cracks. I've been sick all weekend. My wife was sick for the last couple of weeks. I thought I was going to get away scot-free without being sick, but lo and behold, I got sick on the day Call of Duty came out Friday, and I have just been struggling all weekend. So that's very unfortunate because this is the time I want to be uploading a lot of videos with Call of Duty being out and Battlefield 1 and all these amazing games that I want to play. And all I want to do is sleep. So I got some good naps in today. My Detroit Lions won a thrilling overtime game, so I'm in a good mood from that. I had some chicken noodle soup. I had some cherry apple crumb pie from Grand Traverse Pie Company. Feeling pretty decent, just really tired, and my voice keeps cracking. So I've gotten through this intro pretty well without my voice cracking. We're going to do a few awkward situations. I don't know how many. I just have some saved up in a folder that I wanted to touch on this week. And then I'm going to take another nap before I go play some more late night Call of Duty with my friends. So let's get into that first awkward situation right now. First awkward situation. Dear Joel, here's my problem. About 3 years ago, I made up an elaborate lie to impress my new friends that I had made after moving to a new school. That was that I had a girlfriend. After a while, I know I had been in too deep and couldn't come clean, so I made up that she broke up with me, and I assumed that was the end of that. But periodically, they mention it, and sometimes mention it to people who didn't know previously, and it's really awkward. I really just don't know what to do because I want to tell them about this elaborate ruse, but I know that they will be very disappointed and weirded out about how elaborate I went with the lie at the time. Well, how do you know that they will be disappointed and weirded out? This is a thing that people get in their heads. When I wanted to leave college to pursue YouTube full time because I was just all wrapped up in YouTube and not really focusing on college at the time, I said that to my then girlfriend, now wife at the time, I know my parents will be very upset with me about this because they both graduated from college and they're both very smart. So I know that they will be upset, and lo and behold, they weren't upset. We tend to, as people, assume the worst. We assume that people are not going to be sympathetic to our issues that we're having and react in a rational way. Now, that's not always the case. I had a friend in school who is gay, and he told his religious parents, and they kicked him out of the house. So people aren't always rational, but this isn't a situation like that. This is a lie that you made up to impress your friends. So if you really feel the need to tell these friends about this lie, I would be straight up with them. I've actually had situations like this in my own life very recently where someone was lying to me about something. It was like something insignificant like this where it doesn't really affect my relationship to them. It's a lie about their own personality. This isn't a lie that affects your relationship to your friends. Now, if you were a serial killer and you killed people, let's say a couple times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are the days you kill people, and you didn't tell your friends about that. You said, no, I'm definitely not a serial killer. You just meet them first day of school. Hey, what's up? I'm Tommy. I like sports. I'm not a serial killer. They'd be like, that's kind of weird. He mentioned that. Like, we just assume all people are serial killers, but I'm glad he said that. And then you actually had to tell them, you know what? I am a serial killer. I kill people on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I feel bad about that. I think they have the right to be mad at you, but this is, because you could have killed them. That's a lie that affects your relationship with them, but this affects how you think they perceive you. So if you did want to tell them, I would say, I got to be honest with you guys. I told you that I had a girlfriend to make you think that I'm cooler than I actually am, and I didn't have a girlfriend, and I apologize for lying. It's been really weighing on me, and I don't want to do that moving forward, but I just want to let you guys know I did not have a girlfriend at the time. I only said to impress you. 99.9% of the time, people would really sympathize with that feeling of wanting to impress new people and make friends easier. And I think they would be cool with that. If you don't tell them, that's also fine. I had a similar situation in the 5th grade where some of my friends were getting girlfriends for the first time. And I know some of you players out there are like, Joel, 5th grade? We had girlfriends in the 2nd grade. We were trying to learn cursive together, but what we were really doing is we were kissing. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm so high and sick. Anyway, in the 5th grade, my friends and I were starting to get girlfriends, except I really didn't have a girlfriend. I had this girl I liked that I talked to on the phone, and then we said that we were boyfriend and girlfriend, kind of because she was in a similar situation. Her girlfriends, friends that are girls, were also getting boyfriends, And we wanted to say that we had a boyfriend and or girlfriend, but we only talked to each other on the phone. I'd never actually seen her in real life, which was very awkward because she was close friends with my next door neighbor. So I could have just walked across the lawn to go say hi to her, and I didn't do that because I was a little fifth grade bitch. So we had an imaginary relationship that lasted 2 weeks, and then we imaginary broke up with each other. And then we actually became really close friends in high school. So that was cool, but very weird now that I look back on it. So yeah, you can do one of two things. You can tell them the truth, and I'm 99.9% sure they will be cool with it, or you could just keep the lie going, and I don't think it's going to affect your life very much. Is that terrible advice, guys? Just keep the lie going. It doesn't seem like that big of an issue, but if you really want to tell them, just tell them and preface it with the fact that you were trying to be cool. So let's do another awkward situation. I'm feeling decent. Hey, Joel, not really an awkward situation, just need some advice. Recently, my baseball team lost the championship game. Basically my fault because I didn't perform in the field, and I performed good all year, but I choked harder than the Warriors. I know you used to play sports and thought maybe you could give me some advice on how to keep your emotions from getting to you in game, because after I choked on the first play, my head was completely out of the game, and I go on to fuck up once more because I couldn't focus on the present. I don't feel like I could give you advice on this, because if I knew the answer to this, I would be a coach of something at a high level. And I do like the idea of coaching, maybe basketball someday when my kids are young. But this is one of the most difficult things as a human, to be able to take emotions out of decisions and make them logically. Emotions are so much of a factor in what we do and the actions we make, not just in sports, but in all facets of our life. I mean, imagine if in relationship situations, you could take emotions out of things to make logical decisions like, hey, I really like this girl, but logically I should put a condom on so I don't get her pregnant. But my emotions are saying, just keep going with the moment because it's fun. I don't know why I'm talking like a robot. I guess I'm an emotionless robot that knows how to have safe sex. Think about the World Series, too. If you guys watched the World Series, I know a lot of people did. It was a very viewed World Series this year between the Cubs and the Indians. Game 7. There were some high-pressure situations. I mean, just think about John Lester throwing that wild pitch. David Ross falls down, and 2 Indian runs score on a really fluky situation. Both of those people, the catcher and the pitcher, could become flustered and frustrated from that situation. John Lester's a very emotional pitcher, but they kept it in check and performed well after that. In any sport, the ability to keep your emotions in check and really have a short memory, forget your mistakes, is a very important thing. And I don't know how to do that, really. I'm an emotional person, and I would get really screwed up in games. I was very inconsistent. Sometimes if I was hot, I would keep shooting and I would keep playing well, and I would enjoy that. But other times, I would get really upset about something. I can think of a situation where I got 3 fouls in a matter of 2.5 minutes, and my coach pulled me and was just so mad at me. It started when I was going up for a rebound, and a guy put both of his hands on my shoulders and pulled me down. And I thought it was very obvious. It felt very forceful, so I thought it was very obvious that I got fouled. And I said something to the ref. He gave me a warning, like, don't do that. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, essentially. And so on the other end, when the guy who did that to me went up for a shot, I hacked him, kind of on purpose, got called for a foul. We went back down to the other end. I was posting up on him and hooking him. I had my arm around him. I got called for the hook, said something to the ref about it, and got called for a technical. So I was out of the game very quickly, and my coach was mad. And it was an important game, and we lost that game, not because of what I did, but I could have helped win. I feel like it's just hindsight is 20/20. The great thing about sports, and why I want my children to play sports, or at least do something competitive, is that you learn more from failing than you do from winning. I truly feel that. I'm not advocating for you guys all to dwell on negative things, because I tend to do that from time to time, and it's not good. But to be able to learn from your mistakes is a very important trait in an athlete or a successful person in general, because that is how you become better. You see a flaw in something that you did, and you try to correct that flaw, or you don't do it again the next time. That's how people grow. So I wish I could give you better advice. I was emotional on the field too, and if I have a child who experiences this situation. I remember one time I really screwed up in a game, and I came home and there was dishes in the sink, and I just pulled a dish out of the sink and smashed it on my floor in my parents' house. And my dad calmly looked at me and said, "You're going to clean that up, and then you're going to go to your room, and you're going to sit there for the rest of the night." And I was like, okay. I didn't say okay. I was like really pissed, and my face was all red, and I think I was crying. But yeah, so I'm the worst person to talk to about this. When I have a child, I hope that they smash one of my plates and I react accordingly, and they can learn the same way I learned. So sorry that was long, but I love talking about sports. This last situation is very long. I'm not going to read it. I'll give you a short version because my voice can't handle it, and I know you don't want to sit here and listen to me read all of this. I saved this situation for myself because it's YouTube problems, and I don't know how many of you at home can relate to this, but it's something that I can deeply relate to. This person is saying that they created a successful YouTube gaming channel, and they were really into it. They loved seeing the subs and the views increase. And then one day they just lost motivation somehow, some way, and they took a break, and then you take a longer break, and then they come back and they're uploading videos, but they're not enjoying them as much. This last sentence is really important, these last two sentences. I mean, what exactly was your process like when it came to finding and sticking to the content that you upload? Gaming in general has been the same for me since last winter. I can't enjoy anything that I don't find fitting to be uploaded. I'm going to try to keep this short because I know I could talk about this for longer than many people would care to listen, but I found that my success on YouTube has come from the times when I did not think about what I was doing. And that's much, much, much easier said than done. My most successful series came from I have no idea where. I don't know why I created them. Well, I do know why. Let's go through my most successful series. Shit from last week. I made Shit from last week because I thought it would be funny to secretly record a bunch of things that my friends would say throughout gaming sessions during the week and then show it to them at the end of the week. And they all got a laugh out of it. They all enjoyed it, and I enjoyed their laughter, and a lot of other people enjoyed it, kind of to my surprise, so I kept doing it. But that is the whole concept, and it's not a really well thought out concept. It's not an original idea. It's just something that a lot of people like, and I'm recording what we're doing on Modern Warfare Remastered, so maybe you'll see it again in the future. I don't know. I'm going back to all the old series now. What the fuck is going on YouTube? It's 2013 again. But that was the whole premise. I just wanted to show my friends that video because I thought it would be funny. I wasn't really thinking about it. Same thing for Awkward Situations. I wasn't thinking about it at all. I said, hey, I like the comments that people leave, and I like responding to the comments, so I want to have a series where I respond to the comments. Didn't really think about it, just did it. That kind of took off. GTA 4 mods, or GTA mods in general. I don't think I really uploaded any on GTA 5. Has anyone ever uploaded a GTA 5 mods video? I haven't seen any of those on YouTube. Jesus fuck, there's so many of them. Yeah, so GTA 4 mods, my friend showed me a GTA 4 mod, none of my friends on YouTube, one of my friends IRL, and I was like, damn, that's really cool that you can mod the characters in GTA 4. So I did that and recorded some of those, and those are some of the most viewed videos on my channel. And Rap Battles is just, well, it's kind of me trying to steal search results from Epic Rap Battles at the time. That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I could just put Rap Battle in the title, and Epic Rap Battles is blowing up, and people might watch it, and more people watch it than I thought they would, but that was a fun way to have an original series on my channel that was separate from all my other friends. Now, I don't know if I can explain this in a way that makes any sense, because I've tried to explain it to myself many times and to other people, but there was a point in which I was thinking too much about all the things I was doing. At many points on my channel, I've rebelled against my own success. I've actually heard Hutch talk about this really well. If you guys know who Hutch is on YouTube, I'm sure you do if you're into gaming. Very popular gaming YouTuber who's been around for a while, who I am lucky to have met, and I know his girlfriend is very cool, very smart person, and I think the world of those people. And he's explained it well, that you kind of get in your own head about things, and you almost start to doubt yourself, because it's such a introspective medium where you're creating these videos from your own head, and just letting any little self-doubt seep in can kind of gunk up that creative process, that creative machine. It just kills it. And if you have some success, if you find some success, you need to stick to it. And I haven't done that on YouTube. I've done some sports games a lot more recently because that's what I love to do in my spare time. And my logic is that if I love doing it in my spare time, it's what I should be doing on my YouTube channel because it's an expression of what I like doing. And people will relate to that. Obviously, it gets less views than a video like Awkward Situations can get double the views that a sports game can get on my channel. But I'm also going back to some of my older stuff because I think once you find success, you kind of need to embrace it in a way. So I feel like I don't have a great answer for this, but if you just stop thinking about it, and I'm not going to say I've done that because it's very hard to do, but the less you think about it, the more success you'll see. Just swallow your pride and do what... Do you know what? I don't even know if I have good advice for this. I'm talking out of my ass right now. If you figure it out, how about you message me, man? Because I really don't know. I'm doing Awkward Situations because I like talking to people, and I need to do that on my channel. And I'm going to do Call of Duty videos, but it's hard to do those fucking Call of Duty videos, man. I know people are like, everyone needs to upload Call of Duty, but at the same time, sometimes you don't know what you want. You want me to do one thing, but you actually don't want me to do that. Maybe I sound crazy right now, but I'm editing these Call of Duty clips. All of my friends have already uploaded them. You've seen them in some videos. Do you want to see them in my videos too? Because we all record the same thing. So we can't just say, hey, I'm going to upload that clip on my video. No, you're going to see it on 5 fucking videos. And it makes me want to drive a fucking nail through my head to try to sort that out, to be like, well, who's going to, have these clips? Or I've said it before, but Mini Lad did it very well with his group of friends when they were all growing. He started doing a lot more individual stuff. H2O obviously did this. And I wish I was able to manage doing individual stuff with solo stuff. I feel like this is my one really good individual series, and that's why I love it so much. And I didn't do it for a while because I felt like it got repetitive, but it's the only thing I'm confident in right now, that I have the ability to talk. So it's hard to sort all of that stuff out. There's no good answer, but thanks. If you're still watching at this point in the video, you're crazy and I love you. Leave your awkward situations below. I'm going to drink water and think about life and try to not be sick anymore and play some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered because I am loving it right now. I wish I could play more. I've gotten off to such a slow start because I've been sick, but I just love it so much. So thank you guys for watching this video. See you again next week. Bye.
God's word. It's God's word. It's right. It's God's word. God's word. It's God's word. I don't want a ball, but I want arenas. My girl real tall. What am I?